Good evening, Rush Nation. Welcome to the 5 Yard Rush NFL podcast. I'm your host, the Joel Hewitt. And as always, I'm with the boys most likely to be the next QB for the Arizona Cardinals, Alex, the other one, Woods. How the hell are you doing? And we've got Pete, who is definitely on mute. I'm going to let you know that because I'm nicer than you are to me. Pete Melia, who has recently been dropped by the Jets. Sorry to hear that.
It was bound to happen. Bound to happen. It could be worse. Could have been signed by the Jets. So, swings and roundabouts.
Woo! Got away with that one.
Well, it does.
Let you go for a second there. I thought I was going to have to play for the Jets. But now you can stick to what he knows, which is balconies. How are we doing, fellas? Yeah?
Yeah.
Enjoy your
good.
week off? Unscheduled?
Felt weird missing you last week.
Yeah, I know. It's I don't like a 2-week gap. That's twice we've done that now. And it's weird. And every time we come back, I'm like, Alex looks different. And I don't know what it is. He might have cleaned up a little bit. I think that's what it is. It's the eye patch.
That'd explain it.
I'm just trying to throw people off if they do listen to the audio. The scar is missing, and I think he's got a false tooth in. Now they all think he's a pirate. So that's good. That works.
Excellent.
Alex, you all right, mate? Yeah, been good?
Yeah, I'm living my best life. Today and yesterday, I have refreshed X and other social media platforms more than I have done in a very long time.
It never stopped. I mean, we'll get into it in a sec, obviously, but good Lord. What the devil is going on with the legal tampering day that apparently used to just be, there's a rumor that such and such is going to sign, but we can't say anything because of the legal tampering period. And then all of a sudden it was just like, nope. All right. Yeah. I'm hoping that we get some breaking news. That would be nice. It's always fun to break news on the pod. But in the meantime, should we get into it?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. News from the underground.
Zazu's news from the underground. We have one story. Free agency pops off. And I didn't have time to change the title of today's show because we've been doing the stages of grief of the off season. And it was supposed to be bargaining. We should probably get around to next time. But Christ alive, where do you even begin to start? Do you go alphabetical? Do you just anything stand out for anybody?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big news is Max. That's the big, yeah, yeah, Max Verstappen.
F1's back, baby.
It's Max Crosby, obviously one of the worst kept secret in the NFL that they were shipping him into teams were interested. The Cowboys apparently were close. They felt like they were close to getting that deal done, and then the Ravens came and put 2 firsts on the table. And there was at least 2 teams that put 2 firsts on, because I know the Bears also offered 2 firsts as well. But it felt weird saying this at the beginning of last season. The Ravens picks were higher, so the Ravens have picked up Max Crosby for 2 firsts, and there might have been others that were trying to match it, but the 14 this year and probably a late first you'd think next year is the big one, which is exciting. There's obviously a lot of change in Baltimore this offseason. It has to work out. Their window has just gone like that.
Yeah.
Because
I initially wasn't very excited. I saw it and I was like, I thought it was going to be something that would move the needle for another team. And then after a little while and seeing the old Photoshop of him in the purple, I was like, actually, no, you know what? I do quite fancy seeing this again. It does make me a bit more excited to watch the Baltimore Ravens. And then on the other side, I mean, obviously the Raiders, we'll talk about it, I'm sure at some point they've been making some moves, and now they've got 2 extra first rounds, obviously. Is it one this year, one next year? Is that the 26, 27?
Yeah.
And is it Baltimore's own, or did they have somebody else's?
Baltimore's own.
Right. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the Ravens, you go, well, we plan on winning the Super Bowl, so it's the 14 this year, but it's the 32 next year. So that's not too bad. It's essentially a second round, even if it's the 31. You know, they've got every chance of making it across. Alex, what do you think? Do you like Max Crosby?
He is the difference maker the Ravens have been looking for completely. What I was like looking for while you guys were there was what the Raiders actually managed to do with the cap space that they were going to use on Max, and it is astronomical. I'm going so far already to say as the Raiders won this trade completely.
Ooh.
Because what they've managed to be able to do is sign not only the best center in free agency to protect who can probably say the number one pick and the best quarterback and arguably their future, or if they draft him number one in Tyler Linderbaum is the obviously the center that's there. They've also reset the center market because that was previously bad, and now he's getting 3 years, $81 million, with 60 of it guaranteed for a center. For a center. And then they also signed Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, Malcolm Connons, and Quinty Pay was one of their guys, but they managed to extend him. Eric Stokes was another one of their guys, but they managed to extend him. And they also got Jalen Naylor and Matt Gay. So they've
So
managed
the layman's amongst us, who I don't know the entire Raiders locker room. What out of that list of people? What we're talking is that offensive, defensive. What we're looking at, like, is it O-line? And
you've got
protecting the goods.
Mostly defense. It's mostly defense.
Okay.
They've got Jalen Naylor, who's fine. Their wide receiver room still absolutely sucks. The receiver room is still the worst in football, but it's a receiver-heavy draft class. So I think there's options there. When you've got those picks, you're going to pick at least one of them. You're probably going to get a bit like the Bears did a couple of years ago, and a couple of teams have done recently. You're going to go Clyde Mendonca first. I know it's Mendoza, but I always call him Clyde Mendonca, and then wide receiver probably later on as well. That Linderbaum one I like it. They've paid him 50% more than the previous record. The highest paid center was Creed Humphrey, $18 million a year. They paid him $27 million. But there's a lot to be said for that. He's a 3-time All-Pro. He's still 25, I think. Linderbaum, really young.
Wow.
And not only is he protecting your hopeful franchise quarterback, a really good center calling out coverages and things like that, and all that work that he can do pre-snap can make a huge difference in helping to develop Mendoza and really get that side of the ball rocking. So if you're going to overspend it there, because it's essentially another coach on the field, and they can still grow together. They've got the cap space, so it makes a lot of sense from them.
And Linderbaum's not had like some scrub that he's been snapping the ball up to for his entire career so far. It's been what, 2-time MVP winner Lamar Jackson. So like, he's worked with some good QBs, and the coaches over there at the Ravens are legit. So he's worked with some good coaches over there as well. So even if the coaches suck at the Raiders, which again I'm not calling that, that's an alleged right there. But like Mendoza's at least got somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Yeah. And also the other weapons, the wide receiver room is ass. But you've got Brock Bowers, you get in a really strong O-line, you've got Ashton Janty as well. And then it's got Jack Besh, Jalen Naylor, and Trey Tucker.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you were saying that, I was like, oh gosh, oh no.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but they said you can get that in your first and second. You can easily just go, boom, I'm going to have a couple of guys now and make some moves. And there's still room as well. The player that I thought they might go for just got picked up this evening, but there's still options there to try and sort out those receivers. On the other side, I'm a bit nervous about the Ravens.
We've got Tyler Lockett.
Well, the ghost thereof.
I was mostly just surprised. Philip Dorsett as well, yeah.
So their wide receiver would look quite good in
like
2001.
Yeah. Philip Dorsett was like a late round sleeper in my fantasy team. Like they do something.
Let's give a call back to Hunter Renfro and see if he can come back for the Raiders.
We should. Yeah. You're right.
I was watching a video the other day and I can't remember who it was. It was like one of the best cornerbacks in the league. And they were saying, who's the hardest player to play against? And they were saying, it's Hunter Renfro. Like, Renfro is just an absolute monster. He's like one of the hardest players to defend because he's route running. He just looks like kick dynamite. So nobody kind of takes him seriously, but he's actually an elite route runner. I don't know who he was. But yeah, the Ravens side of this makes me nervous. We were talking about earlier on, they had that incredible draft class in 2022, which was just obscene. So looking at this, the players that they drafted in that 22 draft class, Kyle Hamilton, their safety, they've got him on a $100 million contract. Tyler Linderbaum has just gone to the Raiders for $81 million. Travis Jones was $40.5. Charlie Cole was $24.3 million. Jordan Stout, $12.3. Isaiah Likely, $40 million. So they really hit on that class. The problem is they're all leaving. Linderbaum's gone to the Raiders. Isaiah Likely's gone for $40 million to the Giants. Charlie Kohler, the tight end, has gone for $24.3 to the Chargers. Adarius Washington's gone to the Giants. Draymond Jones has gone. Aloha Gilman's gone. And the potential pickup of the year for some team is Keaton Mitchell. I love Keaton Mitchell. He's been like their backup running back, but whenever he comes in, he looks amazing. Some at daft like 7 yards a carry. He's really, really good. But just if you start to get good, I think you're injured. And then obviously got Derrick Henry and he pulls focus. So they've not used their tender on him. So I think somebody will pick him up and he'll be surprisingly good as a late round pickup if he goes to the right team where they don't have a good incumbent like Tennessee. Someone like that. But they've lost a lot of players. Lamar did not look himself last year as it was. They've just given up 2 firsts. They've lost John Harbaugh. There's a lot of change there to make a gamble like this on Crosby, and it really has to pay off.
Good news is they're in a division that is also just actively trying to eat itself alive. So if ever you're going to give away some firsts and bring in like a crazy dominant player like Crosby, it's now where he can hit Joe Burrow as much as he likes. He can chase down Aaron Rodgers, who is, I'm not even going to pretend that he's even going to try and move. He's just going to stand there and he's going to get hit. And then whatever clown they have in Cleveland at the back there.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Let Max go after Deshaun. That'd be lovely.
That's it. Just punish him. They should just put him in whenever they play the Ravens. Sorry, it's hard to go from Raiders to Ravens, isn't it? If you start saying Raven. Yeah, let's do that. Let's
have you seen all the memes doing the rounds of like Joe Burrow sat on a sofa with
on the white?
Yeah, with TJ Watt and Myles Garrett.
Did you see the clip of his wide receiver? I can't pretend I know which one it was. His wide receiver on Call of Duty freaking out.
Jamar Chase, yeah.
It's Jamar Chase. Like, he was on the Call of Duty lobby, like, and then he was like, "Yo, Joe's just rang me. The Ravens have got Max Crosby."
Yeah.
No! He's just like freaking out. He's absolutely freaking out. And it was like, no way. Obviously, there's a load more explicits in there, and I can't say them. But yeah, go check out that video. Honestly, for anyone watching, go check it out. It's great.
It's very funny. Yeah. How do we let him go in division? Meanwhile, the Bengals are doing nothing. As usual,
because they're cheap. I think you'll find they signed boy Math. I don't know how that's pronounced. For 3 years,
Boy
and
Math.
60 million. And there's no accent here, so it's Math. And Brian Cook, the safety, for 3 years at 40.25 million.
To be fair to the Bengals, they've spent 100 million.
They have,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a lot for the Bengals.
Yeah, they're not paying Trey Hendrickson though, are they? And he's still not signed because he's refusing. He's not signing anywhere. He's like, unless I get between 30 and 40 million a year, I'm not interested. So he's got loads of offers, but everyone's underpaying him because he missed obviously quite a bit of last year.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, he's got to try and get the bag, as they say.
Yeah.
There's no point lowballing himself and then potentially getting injured and then losing out on a bunch of money. He probably wants some more guarantees just in case, and nobody really wants to take that kind of risk until somebody goes, we're just going to have to eat this and do it. It feels a real cardinally move. I don't know why. It just feels like Arizona would go, here's some money and some guarantees, and then he gets hit really hard or injured within 3 weeks, and they go, well, we had to go.
Yeah, just to keep the fans on side. Look, we're not so obviously tanking with playing Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. I promise we're really trying.
Hey, look, when Jacoby Brissett fumbles and the crowd starts chanting for their new hot backup QB, Gardner Minshew, the tables are going to turn on that one. Honestly, when I saw that news, it was in the midst of all of this, it was so funny because there was all these massive things popping off, and then it was just Gardner Minshew signs for Arizona. This is not news. This is I just don't care. It's funny. He's got a good mustache, and I think he should start like Minshew. I don't get the slice me off some Jake Brisket, but I like him.
The only thing that having Jake Brisket's really good for is if you've got Michael Wilson on your fantasy team, then it's elite. They're bezies. That's what makes it good.
I will have neither.
Yeah, I think that's wise.
In all the words in the English dictionary, I never thought I'd hear Pete say bezies is one of them.
Bezies.
He says it all the time.
Yeah.
Can't stop him. He's got a Bezies tattoo. That's
I'll
why
tell
he
you
says
where on
he's trying to bring it back.
I'll show you where it's tattooed after 9 p.m. We've got a watershed.
Oh, we're a watershed. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Do we have to... Hey, wait. Do I have to pay a TV license if I'm the one live?
They have to pay you.
That's it.
Nice
That's
one.
it. That's
Pay your
it.
TV licenses, everybody. I need to keep the lights on.
Yeah. Oh, there's the other option there.
Don't.
Hey,
anyway,
these two are incriminating themselves. Please come and arrest them. I didn't do anything.
I haven't paid a TV license in 7 years, Alex. They keep trying, not happening. I don't watch anything live, especially the sport that we're talking about. I guess just because it's top and one of the highlighted ones, Tua Tagovailoa got or is getting, I guess, dropped. Do they still have to kind of wait until is it 1st of June to do it properly?
Yeah,
but they can still kind of the Falcons have signed him. I guess I buried the lead there. The Falcons have signed Tua Tagovailoa, and Pete, you made a good point in our chat the other day. It's because he's left-handed, and so is Penix.
Yes, and they've got more than that in common as well. They're both not very good, so there's not going to be that much of a drop off, and they both love getting injured. Yeah. Injury-prone, left, mediocre quarterbacks. Atlanta can't get enough.
As a New Orleans fan, it has been a really good 48 hours for the NFC South. The Falcons are starting Tua, who's one head injury away from them having to start Penix, who is one head injury away from them having to start Tua again. Mike Evans is gone. See you later, mate. Enjoy yourself in San Francisco. Great move for all parties, I reckon, to be honest with you. I think that'll be really fun. But somebody did point out, like, that's not the guy that you want practicing next to the big electrical plant. If ever there was going to be a 49er injured, it will be Mike Evans.
That contract's really interesting as well. Sorry to interrupt you. That contract is really, really interesting because it says it's for 3 years, but after 2, all of the guaranteed money goes away.
Yeah.
So it's actually only a 2-year deal, and then after the 3rd year, he can be cut. He can do whatever they can do whatever they want with him, which probably is going to be right because by that point, it'd be what 37.
He's 32 years old now. That's it.
Sorry.
Older than that.
He'll be 30. Yeah. So it will be crazy.
Yeah.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, good for him. It's a shame. He's one of them players. It will feel, as I said it when it first announced, it will feel weird seeing him in a different jersey. And
it's just a different shade of red.
Yeah, but it'd be one of those trivia questions.
The gold lid is actually the thing that'll throw me. I'll give you that. Like, I don't see colour. Because I'm colourblind, people. That's nothing against these two.
But it'd be one of them things in a few years' time that it'll be a trivia question of like what players played for these teams, and you'll just completely forget that it was ever a 49. You'll feel like you forget that Keenan Allen was ever anything but a lifetime Charger, or like Jerry Rice went somewhere really bizarre at the end of his career as well, didn't he?
I always think of like bizarre moves. I always think of Maurice Jones-Drew at the Raiders. Like just that kind of like weird like end of like career spot where people go to like odd places. Jimmy Graham being at the Seahawks, like just
and Chicago,
strange.
Yeah,
I'd completely forgot about Chicago actually.
Or Julio Jones at the Titans. Weird.
Oh my God, Julio Jones at the Titans is a great
not even that long ago.
God damn, that feels like a real deep cut. That's like an album track that you go, hey, let's share this down.
Coming back to the NFC South joy.
Sorry.
As well.
Yeah, I'm giving myself. Let me just do this. Is that it? Yeah, I've just got rid of you both anyway. I really like Travis Etienne, and then what went and happened? The New Orleans Saints went and signed Travis Etienne for 4 years at $52 million. I absolutely love that move. Like, I just like give me that like Kamara Etienne like 1-2. This is just gonna be loads of fun because the NFC South is ours for the taking anyway. I've said that last episode, where we're definitely going to win it, and all that keeps happening is other teams are just actively making themselves worse. Apart from the sneaky Panthers, don't think I didn't notice. They've made a couple of moves. I've highlighted. Oh yeah, Jalen Phillips is obviously the big one, which is kind of worrying.
I like the move to get Jalen Phillips in. Don't like the money they've paid for an injury-prone defender. $30 million a year for a guy that's as permacropped as he is not ideal. So that could backfire spectacularly.
Isn't it actually secretly $50 million for the first 2? Isn't it 30 base and then 30 base for the first 2 and then 20 guaranteed or something like that? So it's secretly $50 million for the first 2, and then the next 2 it kind of backs off.
Okay. Well, that's not too bad then. But he's torn his ACL.
I made the drop. I needed to use the drop. It might not be the most interesting news, but it is breaking. The Cowboys have agreed to terms with nose tackle Otito Ogbonnia on a 1 year.
Nailed it.
He played 42 games with 20 starts in 4 seasons with the Chargers. Heads to Dallas on a deal negotiated by Kenny Zuckerman of Priority Sports. There you go.
Nice.
That's breaking news.
Breaking news live in.
The breaking news. Finish your thought, please.
Yeah, the thoughts were.
Breaking news: Giants re-sign cornerback Art Green.
Quarterback.
I promise, Ali. Art Green.
That's a made-up name. He's a regen.
He's a perfect fit for John Harbaugh, and was second on the Giants with 6 tackles.
He's a quarterback.
Cornerback.
Oh, that makes more sense. Like, why have I not heard of this quarterback? Right. Okay, that makes far more sense.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right, okay.
That one was not quite breaking. It was 28 minutes ago, but I just wanted to be funny and interrupt you a second time. I won't do it a third. Please come on.
I've got zero belief or faith.
Nobody comes in threes. You got it.
Yeah, I think Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd are fantastic. That makes that Panthers defense exciting in a relatively weak quarterback division as well. So if those pay off like they very much could, and like the talent of those players would dictate, then they could be exciting. And they've obviously got room to grow. The offense grew quite a lot last year, and there's potential for it to happen again. So that could be interesting, but I just think it's too much money. It's way too much for Jalen Phillips. Makes me nervous for them.
For me, the money never actually means anything anymore. When you support the New Orleans Saints, there is no cap. There are infinite money trees. Yeah. It just doesn't matter. It's just numbers that a week after everyone's finished with their signings, nobody talks about again until the offseason. It's all made up. No one cares. So they'll be able to get out of it. Like it's 4 years, 120 million. How much that's guaranteed, I don't know. Like it's just, I don't think they'll actually spend 120 million on Jalen Phillips.
So it's the Taysom Hill rule, basically.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is that how the Saints have managed to spend little over 150 million?
Yeah, and we've got no cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life finds a way. It's pretty decent.
Yeah,
I don't know. We freed up a little bit. What do we do? Demario Davis went to the Jets. That freed, I don't know if we were paying him 22 million, but he's got a 2-year, 22 million deal over there. Like, now, if anyone can like mess around with the cap, it's the Saints. Yeah,
they've some divine intervention for all that help they gave to the Catholic Church a few years back.
Yeah, definitely. There's some worrying things going on in the background there. Like, they're one news headline from me becoming like a Falcons fan. You know, like it's just any day now. It's just like New Orleans owner, and I'm like, oh no.
No. I was always a Drew Brees fan. That's all it was.
Yeah, it was all about Brees. Yeah. And they see like shaking hands with a particular orange politician, and you go, that he isn't, he didn't, but he might have. I don't know.
Have you checked a certain batch of files yet, Joe?
Good God, no. I'm worried that we might be in it in some way, shape, or form. That's the worry for me, to be fair. As online personalities, I can't help but feel like we're all getting dragged into this, and I would just like to I'd rather not know what everyone has been up to. Much like Russell Wilson, we did try and buy that plane, but we don't have any money, so that fizzled out pretty quickly.
Yeah. It was a paper plane.
It'd been nice though. It sure was. That's what my tax form says, anyway.
I guess there's another big chunky trade as well, which are kind of high-profile trade, which was DJ Moore to the Buffalo Bills.
DJ Moore. No one cares, Pete.
Buffalo count. Buffalo fans care.
Buffalo fans haven't had a decent. This is what I always refer to as the tallest midget. They've just not had very good receivers, and now they have one that's slightly better than the receivers of the past. So no, I don't think this is a big deal. But please,
I would disagree heartily. I mean, they had Stephon Diggs a few years ago, and he was very good.
he's an asshole.
Stephon Diggs, yes, he's a complete bell end, but it's nearly 9 o'clock. It's close enough. He's not a good person, but he's a good player, or he was a good player. Not good enough for the Patriots to keep him this offseason. They've cut him. But DJ Moore is a good player. And he was he looked elite with Justin Fields throwing him the ball. I think his issue the last couple of years, his stats have gone down.
Sorry, because we were talking more, I just want everyone to know that the Panthers have re-signed wide receiver David Moore. It's just happened. It was breaking.
The Waluigi to DJ Moore when he was there.
Yeah.
But I think like DJ Moore, you saw come up with several big plays last year. He has still got it. I don't think there was ever necessarily that connection, that bond with Caleb, who wanted to go for his guys. I found it weird that the year before, Keenan Allen seemed to get over-targeted more than DJ Moore, or it felt that way when it didn't need to be. So I think DJ Moore's got a lot more in his tank than has shown. And it's a short window. You only need him to be good for 2 years. That's your window. It's an overpay. I think just for kind of the details on it, it was DJ Moore and a fifth for a second-round pick for a player that the Bears were trying to get rid of because he's a top 10 earner at the wide receiver position, $27 million this year. So it's a big contract to take on for a second rounder on a 28-year-old player, which shows obviously what Brandon Beane thinks of him. Although Brandon Beane's assessment is not always the strongest signifier of quality. But I think it's good. It's good. For fantasy football purposes, it's good for Josh Allen. It's good for DJ Moore. It's good for Luther Burden and Roma Dunze and Colson Loveland. So pretty much anybody that's involved with this from a fantasy point of view, it's good, apart from players that you don't really care about, like Khalil Shakir, who's never really going to do anything meaningful from a fantasy point of view. So I think...
Yeah, I'm just glad that John Brown got out of there before all of this kicked off, ready for his Hall of Fame gold jacket. Just looking at DJ Moore's stats over the years, and 2023, his first season with the Bears, 1,300. After that, under 1,000. After that, under 700 on 50 receptions on 85 targets. It is mostly decline at this point.
Yeah, but last year, you had, I think it was Loveland, Adunze, DJ Moore, and maybe Burden. All four of them were about 700-800 yards. They were all basically the same. It was just because of the way the offense spread it out. So I don't think it's necessarily a sign of DJ Moore. And when they needed to use him, they used him in big spots. Both winners against Green Bay, that ridiculous catch against Cleveland where it somehow defied physics to get to all the defenders to get to him. So there is a risk that he's taken a step, and his attitude at times didn't look great. But I think being the clear alpha in that Buffalo room, he'll get targeted a lot and he'll deliver. I think he will have a bounce back year this year just because of volume.
I think that's the other thing as well. He very clearly has the attitude of a wide receiver one. He was getting paid as a wide receiver one, but at Chicago, he wasn't a wide receiver one. He was a wide receiver 1A. And then they had 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E. And we've seen it before with guys like that they will lose their mind. AJ Brown springs to mind. He's also 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D over in Philadelphia, and he hates it. These guys, when they're at that elite level, want to be I want to be the guy on t-shirts, on cereal boxes, on adverts, and everything like that. And now he's got that ability. And not only that, he's going to go and play in the brand new Bill Stadium. Sick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they get to
Also, it has to be said as well, he's missed 2 games in his career and none for 5 years. Best of best abilities availability. He missed one game in his second season, one game in his third season, I think, and nothing since, or first and second either or. But so he's played through injury a lot, and you saw it last year. You saw him get really badly injured. Particularly, it was at the Packers game when he got speared and he looked in a lot of pain, then carried on and played through, and obviously got the winner. So he's tough as nails, and he'll keep fighting. And he's used to the cold as well, which is also going to help in Buffalo.
You're saying the cold never bothered him anyway?
Yes.
That's why you had to let him go.
Oh, Alex with the finish him. On to actual like moves that people care about. Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III goes to join Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes at the Kansas City Chiefs. What's the actual? Like, that is annoyingly, that's your number one fantasy pick, by the way. First round, first pick, take Kenneth Walker, don't care.
Oh,
That's gonna be bonkers.
I'm not sure about that.
Everyone like that has played there. Kareem Hunt was scoring. Kareem Hunt was a legit fantasy running back at 92 on his second run at Kansas City, and Kenneth Walker has looked absolutely like solid.
yeah.
And now he gets to go to Kansas City.
And Pacheco's left as well.
43 million.
Yeah,
I just saw he went to the Lions. No one cares. Interesting of the Lions to like kind of get a worse version of their kind of like 1A, 1B. I guess he's just going to be a rotation guy, like to drop him in to make sure Gibbs is okay.
But it matters for Walker because it's less competition for touches, is all more I'm thinking.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Pacheco was going to like stick around at Kansas City anyway. I think they were always trying to do something to like get over that hump. I think they've finally done it. Obviously, ever since Kareem Hunt left, they kept trying to find Kareem Hunt, and the best they could do was get an old Kareem Hunt. Because who was your man?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And then obviously Isaiah Pacheco. Both every now and again looked completely fine, but Kenneth Walker, absolute monster. I hate it, but it kind of makes me like Kansas a little bit more.
The stat that blew my mind on this, even with Hunt there, since Patrick Mahomes has been the quarterback, they've never had 1,000-yard rusher. Not once.
It's Mahomes not rushed for 1,000.
He rushed 422 yards last year.
Yeah.
Christ. I was joking. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's credible.
They do a lot in the passing game with the running back, or they had done with Hunt, and they score a lot of touchdowns, which helps from a fantasy point of view. That really helps boost those numbers. It'd be interesting because Walker's had a case of the drops a few times and the fumbles, so it'd be interesting to see how that impacts his role in the passing game. But Bieniemy is a great OC for the running game. He's really, really good, and he'll train his players hard. Walker's definitely got the talent, and he has got that pace to make plays when he can. So it could be good, interesting for him.
Yeah, the other interesting thing is that like everybody had circled on their draft board Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame to Kansas City. Everybody had gone, right, Jeremiah, right, pack your bags, mate. You're off to Kansas City. And Jeremiah was going, yeah, all right, then, mate, I'll get playing with MVP, best player in the world, Patrick Mahomes. And now he's like, am I going to
New York?
God, yeah. Yeah, what happens then? That does actually bring a lot of this, like, kind of blows up draft boards. I'm sure people have been, like, losing their absolute minds over it. Just, like, throwing papers in the air, like, oh, I've just spent 3 weeks on this, and now all of these annoying moves have happened in the same 2 days. Yeah, well, I think that's the biggest bombshell. I think it got buried in a lot of the news. Much like, I know we spoke about Tua Tagovailoa moving on, but he was replaced by Malik Willis.
Yeah.
The same guy, in my opinion. Like, I think Willis looked fine. I'm pleased that he's got a starting job. I'm not pleased for him that it's Miami.
No.
But I also don't know where I would have shipped him off to. So that to me looks like I forgot the new coach's name, but that's kind of go out and get your guy. We're not drafting one who's out there. Okay, you can have Malik Willis. That kind of.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because isn't it Hafley at the head coach, who was the Packers defensive coordinator last year?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So he knows him, which is good, but he's defensive-minded head coach, which is not. But
the Dolphins made a couple of moves. I saw like a meme where it was the Dolphin in the Green Bay colors. Is there something else that I've missed as well? It's like head coach Green Bay, QB Green Bay. I'm sure there was like a third something or other out there, or they were just being facetious on that kind of.
I don't think so. As far as I can tell, the only players have signed is Malik Willis and Zane Gonzalez, the kicker, and that's it. So doesn't appear so. Last I've checked, but I might be wrong on that. But the Malik Willis thing is interesting because, well, they got him for a good deal. I think the price on him is what, $22 million a year, something like that. It's not a massive contract. It's really 3 years, 67.5, and it's basically 2 years, 45 million guaranteed. The last one's just options. So yeah, 2 years at 22.5 a year, which is really good money for a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
When the talk was he'd be looking at maybe 30 million. But his options were really Miami and Arizona, who were both look like just completely terrible teams. So it's whether you want to be hot in the desert or hot on the beach. He looked really good. That game when he came in, when Jordan Love got the concussion, he gave the Bears defense absolute kittens. Just tore them a new one. They couldn't cope with. I mean, it's obviously a different game plan, but his use of his legs was fantastic. He's obviously learned a lot as a passer. His passing accuracy was superb in those 3 games that he played. He just looked really, really good. And I hope that he can build on that because he was highly touted coming out of college. And it was one of those where it was a surprise that he dropped to the second or third, whenever it was. It was the third, wasn't it? He dropped to the third and Kenny Pickett went in the first because he was local to Pittsburgh. So yeah,
I hear Super Bowl winning Kenny Pickett also got a job this week as well.
He did.
I can't remember where it was. I like that the sleeper update was Super Bowl winner Kenny Pickett. Is he gone? I want to say Steelers.
He went to the Panthers.
Panthers. Oh, yes.
There you go.
I mean, it's a good chance to get starting because he's playing against a 3'2" quarterback.
No, he looked good. He looked good towards the end of last year. Leave Bryce alone.
No, he did. Yeah. He looked good, but he's also one strong hit away from being sent to the afterlife.
This is the problem with Pete being, what are you, 6'1"?
6'2".
You're 6'1", settle down. Don't make me bump you down to 6 foot square. I have that power. Yeah, of course you are. You've got a height chart, one of them big rulers for your kids. Go stand next to it. Send me a picture. There it is. There it is. Stand. I do it.
6'2".
That's no regulation. That's no regulation.
Regulation. Just shoes on.
He's got lips.
You've turned Alex into a lady now.
The fact that I knew that was there and Alex didn't was excellent for me. I enjoyed that. So it's easy for somebody at 6'1" and a bit to be able to be kind of like heightist against Bryce Young, when me coming in at a staggering 5'11" and Alex, I assume 5'12".
6'4".
I was wondering if you'd spot that. 5'12". That we're more on the Bryce Young side of things.
Yeah,
I think we've ruined Alex. I was gonna ask Alex if there was any point that you wanted to have a chat about, but I think I'll go straight to Pete.
For an interesting pickup.
Yeah, I mean, we're flying with the windows open here. Not a saying, just made that one up.
Alec Pierce, I think, is the or I guess the Indianapolis Colts. Let's just talk about them as a whole. They put the transition tag on Daniel Jones, but reports earlier today, I don't know if it's changed since now, are that they're close to agreeing a contract with him.
I'm not surprised.
So Daniel Jones should be back there, but they traded Michael Pittman to the Pittsburgh Steelers and used that money for a 7th rounder, I think, and then Pittsburgh extended him.
The Chicago Bears to sign DB Lewis. Cam Lewis is going to the Chicago Bears on a 2-year deal per source, as said by Jeremy Fowler at ESPN.
Needed. After all of their defense left. Brisker's not being retained. Kevin Byard's a free agent. Brisker's a free agent and won't be coming back. Nashawn Wright, who was like the story of that cornerback room last year, was only on a 1-year deal and he's just signed with the Jets. But they've just brought in Kobe Bryant from the Seahawks as well. So they need cornerback help. But Kobe Bryant should be interesting.
That'll be a very good signing. He's very good.
Really happy with that.
Great name. Going to sell some jerseys as well. Due to confusion, mostly.
And the fact that all last year as well, I've literally only just put this together, that all last year, every time the Bears got a first down, they did the Kobe first down, and they just signed Kobe Bryant.
There we go.
Cool.
Kobe.
Can't believe it took me that long. But yeah, the
Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, that's the Colts. So they gave up Michael Pittman to sign Alec Pierce, 4 years, $114 million.
Too much money.
That's a lot of cheddar.
Yeah.
He looks great, but he's a low volume player. I think has he had 50 receptions yet in his career in a season? I don't think he's even hit that yet. He's a deep ball, fantastic deep ball threat, but it's not. It's a lot of money for a non-wide receiver one.
But you've now seen the size of the Steelers' offense, haven't you?
Yeah.
There isn't a player below 6'3" on the Steelers' offense, and the person that's 6'3" is Darnell Washington, and he's 315 pounds.
Is he the smallest player?
No, sorry, he's 6'7", isn't he? Yeah, he's 6'7".
Yeah, Darnell Washington is absolutely monstrous.
Yeah, he's 6'7". It's the other tight end that I'm thinking that's 6'3". Their backup tight end is 6'3". Many apologies.
Pat Frymouth.
That's him. He's 6'3". So like he's their smallest player. Because as we've just said, Darnell Washington's built like a offensive lineman and like absolutely bodies people left, right, and center. You've got DK Metcalf that's 6'5" and a monster still. Yeah. And then you've obviously got Michael Pittman that's 6'4" and a monster. So I'm really scared if the Pittsburgh Steelers have even a competent Aaron Rodgers this year, because he can just throw up hospital balls and no one will care. They will catch them things.
They're the Monstars, aren't
they? Yeah, it is a little bit. I was watching Rich Eisen talking about the Alec Pierce deal, and he was talking about he was clearly kind of the belle of the ball, so to speak, and that they had to pay him for what they're going to get because they didn't want him to be putting up numbers somewhere else, which is a really nice thing to say when you're Rich Eisen and you want to just wax lyrical on your I think rather successful podcast. I don't know. I don't track numbers like that. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. It makes no sense unless, and the only thing I can think is that he really, really gels incredibly well with Danny Dimes, and Danny Dimes is going to sign that deal, and then you've secured your elite wide receiver that's got a good connection with your, I don't want to call him elite, but your starting franchise QB.
Yeah.
So pay them both. Don't have to think about it. Don't have to worry about it. There's other things that you can do. But I think it's going to be easy to cover Pierce because it's like, right, cool. We're just going to put our best corner on him, and you've let Pittman walk out the door. So what are you going to do now? Granted, what's your man tight end though? He was pretty good.
Yeah, Tyler Warren.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the logic behind all of this is they've got a strong running game. Obviously, Daniel Jones is a mobile quarterback. Hopefully, he's still a mobile quarterback. And Jonathan Taylor's excellent. And you've got Tyler Warren that can help both in the running game and the short passing game. So Alec Pierce is really important to that offense because he keeps defenses honest and allows those, because it's like 12 yards per target in that offense last year. So he's 1,000 yards on 47 receptions. So he's really good at that. So it spreads that field to allow that short game and that running game to really flourish. Because if you commit to that game, then they just sail it over the top and he'll be like, boom. So he's really important to how they play. I think it's a crazy amount of money. And I think they probably go wide receiver in the draft as well. I think they need to get another wide receiver because their other options, I don't even know who their other options are now. I'm going to look because I'm not convinced there's anyone else there that makes me think, oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, they have to kind of like split things out so that he isn't just in his set and double coverage all the time. Which is obviously the worry for most of them. Just veering off from every single team doing something. There are two teams that so far, according to our list, have done nothing. Green Bay fans, Philadelphia Eagles fans, yeah, because I've seen nothing apart from people leave the building on both of these. There is waiting, which I understand, but then there is, in this boom or bust economy, apparently, sitting on your hands is not going to do anything. Like,
no. Yeah, the Eagles have signed nobody. They've extended Jordan Davis on a massive contract, which has posed a lot of questions that they're looking to trade Jalen Carter, which they'll get a pretty penny for Jalen Carter because how do you pay? What's the 3 years, 78 million and 65 million guaranteed to Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter will reset the defensive tackle market. He's that good. So how can you invest that much money at defensive tackle? Elliott Shaw Parks, who's, I would say, an Eagles reporter, is more of an Eagles butt licker, to be honest, if you see him on Twitter. Everything they can do. He's like an inside man. He's not like a normal reporter. But he's convinced that they plan to extend Jalen Carter. It'll be interesting to see how they manage to do that. But yeah, they're not doing much. The Packers have done a little bit, not tons. Who do they pick in? They've brought in a linebacker. Who was it? They've brought in Benjamin St. Just, cornerback they've signed, and they traded for Zaire Franklin from the Colts. So a couple of defensive pieces, but they've lost Romeo Doubs, who's just signed for the Patriots this afternoon, which is a really good move. And Rashan Gary's been traded to the Cowboys as well. So they've lost more pieces, I think, and there's more than that. They've lost more pieces than they've signed. So they're going to have to be busy through this offseason. It's an interesting division to stand still on, even though they are a very, very good team and probably didn't perform to their full level last year once Parsons went down. You'd expect more from them.
Well, the Eagles famously... Sorry, Joe. No. The Eagles famously wait till after the draft anyway. They always have done. They draft who they want. They get them in the building. They assess them, and then they go, no, yes, no, no, yes. And then they go and attack what's left or trade for what's left or whatever. They always have done that way. Howie Roseman is weird like that. But they genuinely hit on more than they miss on. So if they really wanted someone, you would have thought Howie would have gone after it and done it. I think they're probably waiting to see what goes on. And if they do get an extension for Jalen Carter, as you've said they will, my favourite place where Trey Hendrickson could go is actually the Eagles.
Can they afford him, though?
That's the question. Let's see after the draft. Let's see who finally leaves. Because obviously, if AJ Brown leaves, that will free up around about 15 million in cap, and do that as well. So if they give Hendrickson, a load of guaranteed, then they'll be able to do it for salary and stuff like that. But that's one to watch out for, because either the Packers or the Eagles could quite easily go and get this guy and change their defense to elite level really easily.
Yeah. They've got about 13, conscious sport track, they've got about 30.7 million of space, but you can easily do a bit of jiggly pokery to change that around and make that work for someone like Hendrickson, who might take a slight discount to go and play for a team as good as the Eagles, because that defensive line with Trey Hendrickson would be that would be horrible to play against.
I'm just having a look at like ESPN's like top 100 free agents, and Hendrickson is sat in number 1. Like that's and he's just sat like waiting. There's a few that I'm surprised that are like still on there. I forgot Juwan Jennings. He's sat waiting for somebody to sign him. That's an interesting.
No, he's just been signed. It was Kendrick Bourne, wasn't it? It was Kendrick Bourne that got signed.
Yes.
He was one of those middle of the road 49ers receivers.
Yeah. I forgot Rashid Shaheed had re-signed with the Seahawks. That's quite nice.
Yeah. Big money as well.
I appreciate that. I mean, we had nice things to say for him. So that should be all right there. But yeah, there's a lot of the kind of like top 100 just no longer available.
Kevin Byard will be an interesting one. See where he goes, because he's in a really weird position, because he was first team All-Pro this year, led the league in interceptions, so he'll be demanding a high price. But he's a 32-year-old safety that relied on his brain rather than his pace this year. He wasn't particularly fast, which is so he will want top dollar because it's his last contract. But who's going to pay that for a 32-year-old safety? I'd be fascinated to see where he goes. He might be that exact type of player that someone like Green Bay or Philadelphia goes, do you know what? We'll try and get you on a cheap deal and just wait.
Yeah.
Because that's a good thing about how he tends to do. Like you say, he waits till after the draft because they're really an appealing place. So if somebody goes, actually, we're going to draft these players, they're surplus to requirements. Okay, well, let's go and trade for that player there, and we'll get a really good player at a discount because that team's suddenly stacked in that area. He's very clever at manipulating the league in that way, and he picks up a lot of good players as well.
The Rams do that really well as well. Do that really well.
Yeah, they don't like picks, do they? They really don't like
picks.
They
absolutely despise them. We haven't even talked about the Rams.
Yeah.
They traded for Trent McDuffie from the Chiefs.
Yeah, for their first. Was it what was the actual overall trade for that? Because it was a decent trade, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a first and a later round pick or something like that. But it was a first this year. It was their first round pick this year, which is mad. There's only one season in the last 6 that they've used the first round pick, and it was for the defensive edge, the defensive end that is an absolute monster over there. And I forget his name.
Jared Verse.
That's it.
Yeah. And he's great, but they've still got a first round pick, haven't they? Because they only gave away one, and they've still got Atlanta's for.
I was going to say they had Atlanta's first round.
Yeah, for James Pierce, who's going to be bunk mates with Henry Ruggs.
I'm just looking at teams that basically haven't made a move, thinking of the Rams there. So the Cleveland Browns have signed guard Zion Johnson. The Denver Broncos re-signed J.K. Dobbins. the Jacksonville Jaguars linebacker Dennis Garrick. Rams, obviously, we've spoke about. Vikings have done nothing. James Pierre at corner. Eagles, obviously, literally nothing. Seahawks haven't really done much. I think they've kept a lot of people in the building, but Josh Jobe at corner, and obviously they've re-signed Rashid Shaheed. But everyone else has been making like multiple moves, and these ones are just kind of like sat in their hands. The Denver Broncos, it's the best they could do. Re-sign your own running back.
J.K. Dobbins feels like he's been around forever.
He has.
He's only 2 years older than R.J. Harvey, who was their 2025 rookie.
If you were going to say he's only 2, I thought you were going to say 2 years older than you. And I was like, yeah, no, that tracks.
Yeah. He came in the league so young, but he just had so much horrible luck with injuries. He looked great last year as well. He looked really, really good.
He's only been in the league 5 years.
No. It's like dog years. It's 35 years.
And the one that's interesting to me in terms of not doing very much is the Detroit Lions, because they've lost a lot.
Oh, I didn't even see the Lions.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's because I was looking at ones that have done like one or none. But yeah, you make a good point. OT, Larry Borum, Isaiah Pacheco, and then center Cade Mays.
Yeah, so they lost their center. They released Taylor Decker, their starting left tackle, and Larry Borum is ass. He couldn't get a regular starting job for the Bears line, which was possibly the worst in the league 2 years ago. He's nothing but a depth piece. He's not a player. Cade Mays, fine. And Isaiah Pacheco to replace David Montgomery, who's gone. They've got worse. And Khalif Raymond, their all-pro punt returner, has gone and just signed at Chicago as well. They are not replacing the talent that they're losing, and they already finished bottom of that division last year. Now, I expect them to be much better this year, but it's worrying.
What makes you think they're going to be better about the vibes? This feels a real Joel move here that you're doing. I'm kind of
purely schedule.
Okay.
They've gone from first place schedule to fourth place, and that's it. And they were good. They were good in last year. It was odd and he had loads of injuries because of the Lions, and they seem to always have injuries. So if they can avoid them, they should be much better. But they need to have a really good draft for this to work. Otherwise, they're in bother. Yeah,
100%. But sorry, I'm going back to this J.K. Dobbins thing. He got drafted in 2020, boys. He's only had 5 years in the league.
2020. Yeah.
I was so hyped for him when he was first drafted as well. It was the Ravens, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
It just looked so good, and he's had the worst luck. I hope he can get it together this year.
I think a lot of the issue for like the Broncos is that a lot of people think Sean Payton's a bit of an awful human being at the moment. His like reputation of being like a top stellar coach that's going to get you through this and going to be like a great guy has really been like shattered. He's a scumbag, apparently, according to quite a lot of the league.
He's never just given up someone that you look at and go, "Oh, he seems cool," in that cool uncle kind of like way. No, the best they could do was to get him to be played by Kevin James. Like, let that sink in. It could have been anyone, and he ended up being played by Kevin James in a movie. You know,
I mean he's literally famous for Bountygate, isn't he?
Yeah.
So.
and calling an onside kick at the second half of the Super Bowl. Like, right.
Outside of New Orleans and Scunthorpe, his issue is, he put hits out on opposition players. He's never had a reputation for being a nice guy. He just
In
did a
his
lot of work for
defense,
New Orleans.
he ended Brett Favre's career. And Brett Favre is like a worse human being. So, like, I'm willing to give Sean Payton a pass on that one. Bounty Gate had its advantages. I'm just saying.
Can we a couple of things I want to talk about. We briefly touched on it as well. Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs.
I want his name to feature a Z, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's
Romeo
so
and
badly.
Doubs. Yeah.
His name needs a Z, but it doesn't. And like, obviously, he famously wears the Guardian cap, and it looks like Kyler Murray's actual helmet because it looks far too big for his little head. But like, again, he got the back, and I'm not really sure why, because he's basically Stephon Diggs light, isn't he?
Yeah, but less of a horrible person.
Yeah.
Unless, can you imagine how much training Stephon Diggs has to miss just to go around and see his kids? It's like the Eras tour, just going to see his kids. But like Romeo Doubs was it 4 years, 68 million, up to 80?
I would just like to interject. I've checked, and it's pronounced Dobbs.
Dobbs. Dobbs. Okay.
That's Romeo Dobbs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it spelled normally then?
So, but 4 years, 68 million, up to 80 million with guarantees. I do think he's a really, really good player. He shows up, and it's hard to shine in that Green Bay offense because they spread it. So it might be a Watson week, it might be a Dobbs week, it might be a Reed week. It will never be a Matthew Golden week.
Unless they play the Bears.
He had one touchdown. It was one really, really good touchdown, to be fair.
Really good touchdown. We should watch that. I'll get the highlights, don't worry.
And you've got Tucker Kraft as well, who's probably one of the best tight ends in the league. So they've got a lot of weapons there that can do things. So I think Dobbs can be really, really good there. Certainly better than anybody they had left. And I say that as a Keishon Boutte truther. But now Diggs has gone. I think he'll do well in that. He'll do really, really well in that team.
You can put any receiver over in New England, and I would say that is a good fit.
Yeah.
You could take a wide receiver 2, stick him in New England, and I'm like, yeah, I can see them being able to pop off. I could see Dobbs going out there and putting up. I'm not saying it's George Pickens just yet, but like it could end up being that wide receiver. Well, what is he technically the wide receiver 1? What are we talking about here? Is it?
Yeah, 100% is.
It's him, Keishon Boutte, Demario Douglas. So yes,
they're not going to draft one. So yeah, I guess he is the one that I like a little bit less. If there was an equal, because like he's not a 1A 1B like player. He's a 2 wide receiver 2s. If you had 2 Romeo Dobbses, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. But if you just got the one, I'm a little bit lukewarm on that. And look, I think I only like Boutte because you like Boutte.
Yeah.
You've like some guy done that wearing like Crocodile Dundee voodoo, and so I'm like, oh yeah, Keishon Boutte, like just yeah, obscure pop culture reference. We still got him.
That's not enough.
Yeah, playing that for Spoonie before. So yeah, I do think that he's going to end up putting up numbers in there. And fantasy football wise, I'd take a late round on him because you're going to get a wide receiver 1 for the New England Patriots who's getting like chucked about from Drake May, who's corn-fed white boy who'll stand in the pocket and like chuck that ball out. And that's exactly what you like want in your 7th round to pick up your 3rd or 4th wide receiver in fantasy.
You always set. Oh, sorry.
Depends on the schedule. Schedule's toss, I think.
Yeah, it depends on their schedule. because if their schedule is like as considerably 50% harder than it was this year, which it's going to be because they made the playoffs and they had the easier schedule in the league last year, then that would be one of them that I'm like, oh, I'm not really sure about. Maybe I might pick him up on a waiver wire or like the very last round as a throwout to see if he's there, but it would be last resort.
I would say by a tough schedule helps wide receivers because you're more likely to be losing, which means you throw the ball more. So a primary target, you should get more passing volume and it'll be less Travion Henderson. They've invested a lot in the O-line as well because they learned that lesson.
We're going to get a lot of primetime Patriots games. Hear me out. Obviously, Bills twice. They've got Bears, Lions, Chiefs, Chargers, Dolphins twice, Jets twice, Broncos, Raiders, Packers, Vikings, AFC North to be determined, AFC South, AFC West to be determined. This must be kind of like late, but still, that
it'll
is...
be the winners of those. So it'll be Steelers, Panthers, and who's the other one?
AFC North, AFC South, NFC West. So it's not Panthers.
And Seahawks.
Yeah.
So,
Patriots, Seahawks will be that.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot. Going to be a lot of primetime games. Also, if that's NFC West, isn't it? That they're at the NFC West. So that's a big travel game. Blah blah blah. Like, I think they're going to be chucking that ball a lot. I think you are correct, Pete, and you've actually bumped him up from the 7th round to the end of the 6th round for me. Stay tuned for that, Rush, for all of your fantasy knowledge. I know Merv's on a bit of a break right now, but stick around. We'll give you the odd nugget here and there.
If they don't draft a top wide receiver in the 1st round, he will be a 5th rounder. He'll be a 5th rounder because we always draft. Certainly, Kong and Dynasty, we draft them as late as it can possibly get. Really, he'll go in the 5th. I can tell you now, if not higher.
Okay.
Just because you're going to do it, just prove yourself right.
Because you've got an MVP caliber quarterback who throws it well and accurately, and he's the number 1 target. It'll just the maths will math, and it'll just get pushed up.
Can we talk about one of the biggest blame falls in the entirety of the NFL draft that we haven't mentioned, and I'm baffled we haven't mentioned him so far. NFL free agency that we haven't mentioned, and we need to mention him because it's crazy. Can we mention Geno Smith?
G boy, can we?
Because
after having a fight midweek with fast food chain Wendy. Today's news. Did you not see that? So he got cut, and the Wendy's Twitter is just like absolute diabolical, isn't it? It pulls no punches, and it offered like Geno Smith a like $100,000 like contract like job, something nonsense, and he had like one of the lamest comebacks where it was like, oh, there's like essentially questioning like the beef that's in their pies and stuff like that. It was just like, and the rule is everyone knows you don't snap back at Wendy's. Wendy's just having a bit of fun. And Geno made himself look even more like a clown. Ironically, different fast food chain. But yeah, what happened with Geno Smith just before we went live, Alex?
He re-signed with the New York Jets.
The prodigal son returns.
And I don't really get it.
He can't be starting.
Who's his competition? It's Justin Fields, and who picked it up last year after Fields went down?
Oh, it was... Oh, God.
Local enhancement talent, number 4. Yeah. Jobber. Yeah. Good God. It's all just dawned on me that Geno Smith's going to be starting for the Jets.
I think they're probably drafting. It feels like they did this because they had cap space. And and they're probably just going to right, we'll get a higher pick. We'll eat the cap space just to get a 6th-round pick because they swapped a 7th for a 6th as part of this trade.
Right.
So
move up around, I guess.
Yeah.
But the thing
sorry,
the thing that baffles me is that he still has a lot of money left on his contract.
Mm-hmm.
He has loads left. He's still got 66 million remaining on his 2-year deal, which obviously needs restructuring and will be restructured. If they just waited to tomorrow,
yeah,
not any other day, just one more day, they would have got him for 1.3 million.
One day more. Just needed.
Well, maybe they have. Maybe that's the whole point. We've announced this. It's going to happen tomorrow for the smaller change. Because otherwise, on that kind of money, it must be. You'd think if it was going to take on all of that contract, it will be we're going to do it, but we want a higher pick from you. You're essentially paying us to take that draft cap. It must just be on a vet min. Has Justin Fields been cut? Because I'm looking on the Jets depth chart.
Yeah.
And it's Brady Cook and Tyrod Taylor is, according to the New York Jets website.
Fields was he just a 1-year contract? Fields
2-year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is he still on IR? Well, that wouldn't affect their depth chart.
It shouldn't do. No. I'm just checking. I didn't think I'd heard. Yeah, last I heard was he was expected to leave. But he's under contract. It was a 2-year, $20 million deal. So I don't know why that's still showing as him not being on there, unless it's a really passive-aggressive move from the web admin. But it might be because on IR. It might just be not putting it on there.
Yeah. So you are right, Pete. The Geno Smith next year will make a total of 19.5 million. The Raiders will play 16.2 million of that, and the Jets will pay 3.3 of it.
Right.
£3 million. Move up around in the draft. Alex, would you like me to put the graphic that you sent me earlier?
I would love that.
Okay. Here we have. Oh, hold on. Boop, there we go. The list of QBs, I assume it is. Alex, talk me through it.
This is the list of quarterbacks since Geno Smith left the Jets. And now he's returned. So you have people that I've never heard of. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never heard of these.
I've heard of every single one of these. I'm looking at this list and I'm like, legends.
Bryce Petty. Who's Bryce Petty? Chris Stravler. What? I know who Tim Boyle is.
I think he only started like a game. I don't think he was the starter.
Tyrod Taylor obviously famously got his lung punctured. And Brady Cook was the other guy we were thinking of, Pete. Brady Cook was the other guy there. But yeah, this is it's a full circle moment, as Geno Smith said to NFL Network as well when he got traded. But
do you know what blows my mind here?
Yeah, go on.
That they end up with Michael Vick. I don't remember that. That one threw me. After having drafted Geno Smith, Michael Vick was then not even the next QB. It was so the list. Geno Smith goes to Matt Smith, Michael Vick, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Bryce Petty, Josh McCown, Sam Darnold, Trevor Siemian, Luke Falk, Joe Flacco, Zach Wilson, Mike White, Josh Johnson, Chris Stravler, Aaron Rodgers, Tim Boyle, Tyrod Taylor, Justin Fields, Brandon Cook, and the Jets are back to Geno Smith. Now, one more time, but with the theme from "We Didn't Start the Fire." If nobody has done that yet, that would do numbers on Vine. I
immediately know you're not going to bed. You're just going to make that. And you're just going to put I'm expecting a picture of all of them in the Jets uniform.
I remember Joel's rap SoundCloud. This will go straight up on there.
I need the link to this immediately. And,
It's not just SoundCloud, mate. I'm on iTunes. You look up Rumor Control. There's a 4-track EP on there. You're welcome.
And the Jets, like, we talk about how terrible their QBs have been. You've got 3 Super Bowl winners there. At least 3. Maybe
right.
more.
Sam Darnold, Joe Flacco.
And Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers, yeah. I was looking through the list.
I bet some of the others, like, have any of the others just been on as a backup somewhere? Was Zach Wilson on the Eagles or something last year, 2 years ago? I bet there's somebody else that's been in there that's, as Ryan Fitzpatrick just dodged all of the Super Bowl winners as he's moved around every team in football and half of the Premier League teams as well.
Look, we've said it before. The Jets are a good luck chuck. Like that's what happens. Like you play at the Jets, and then you move on to your forever team. And so, yeah, that's a nice bit of fun. One thing that we haven't quite talked about, and it's in a similar vein, is Kyler Murray just sat free agent in, waiting for the Vikings to give him a ring, or the Browns, and be like, you're a middling QB. We don't particularly care. Would you like to join us? I feel bad for Kyler Murray. I thought he was going to end up at the Jets. I thought the Jetsiest move was to go from Justin Fields to Kyler Murray. And just get like a slight bump on that one.
It works so well. It makes so much sense. So much sense. Because
I'd loved it.
You could run the same scheme with both of them. You are not running the same scheme with Justin Fields and Geno Smith. Mm-mm. I mean, you're running the same winning record, but you're not running the same scheme.
Are the Jets hoping that they're going to get the rub of getting an ex-Jets QB, which that means that they go to the Super Bowl?
Maybe.
Like, this guy once played for the Jets. It's like, you are the Jets. That's not the point. He used to play for the Jets, and now he's signed for us. Yes, we're the Jets.
Didn't he already have that in like his second year in Seattle?
Well, I mean, he had a decent playoff run and everything.
Yeah, like he had a really good year in Seattle, didn't he?
Yeah.
Before it fell off a cliff. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to blaming all the Jets issues on Geno Smith next year.
That is going to be quite nice. If there's one thing that he is good for, and it'll take a lot of heat off of the Jets organization, it'll be like, well, Geno's fault.
It's all it can be, and all it ever will be is it's just Geno Smith's fault. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
We're quoting Geno Smith, by the way. We're not just being mean.
No. Like, if you are brand new to this podcast, Geno Smith once said at a press conference, "It's all my fault," when he was discussing the fact that the Raiders sucked last year. So we quote it weekly because, of course, it's Geno's fault. Anything goes wrong, it's Geno's fault.
That's right. Pete would have been 6'2", but Geno Smith prevented that. 6'1".
It's Geno's fault. Speaking of the Jets, the rest of their moves are really quite good, actually.
Yeah, they're doing all right. Like, it's fine. But like, I think they need the draft to come around real fast.
That's if Aaron Glenn can remember any draft prospect because he fell asleep.
Yeah, God bless him.
That was very funny.
It was very funny.
We missed that week. That was the week we were off. That Aaron Glenn then fell asleep at the draft combine. So yeah, that's a callback for anybody that didn't know.
They've got a lot of like draft picks as well. I'm sure we'll get into it when we have a draft spectacular. But like, they've got 2 first rounds and then the first pick in the second round as well. So in the top 33, they've got 3 of those picks. They've got second round again from the Cowboys. Like, they have a very good opportunity of having. I think it was the year that they drafted Darnold, where they just had like a phenomenal draft and then squandered it by being the Jets. So they could do the same again, and Jets fans will be happy for that. week or two after and be like, we won something. It was the draft. People have said we've won the draft. We won it. And then they'll put that in their trophy case. And then they'll go back to losing against the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Patriots.
So, yeah, go on, Pete.
No, I was going to move on to something else, but if you something on this, I'm all ears.
No, I was going to move on as well, so I'll let you go first because you beat me to it.
Okay.
Wait. On 3, where were you moving on to? 1, 2, 3.
Tennessee Titans.
I was going the Chargers, so it's fine.
All right, just for the future, 1, 2, 3. We both say it at the same time. You terrible.
Do you want to redo it?
Let's go. No, it's too late. The moment's gone. Titans, Pete. Talk to me.
Titans. They've made a lot of moves. They're really kind of
money.
Going for it and spent a lot. Yeah, they had the cap space and they've really gone for it on some good players, some interesting players. 4 years, $70 million for Wan'Dale Robinson.
$78 million for Wan'Dale Robinson.
78, sorry. 38 million guaranteed. Do you know what? Yeah, you see some coaches will go back to their old well and say, those players that I was successful with, I'll bring them with me. So you see the likes of Harbaugh's brought in a few. He's brought Greg Newsome and he's brought in Isaiah Likely, I think somebody else across to New York with him.
Mm-hmm.
Daboll has left the 4-13 New York Giants where they sucked and gone, do you know what? Team really needs raiding. That really awful team. I'm going to take all of their players with me. And he's spent 3 years, $24 million on the Titan Daniel Bellinger, 4 years, $70 million on Wan'Dale Robinson. I think Cordell Flott came with him as well. I think there was one other player, I can't remember who it is, but I think he's got 3 or 4 players across from the Giants with him to the Titans because taking players from terrible teams is the way to make a terrible team good, apparently.
Yeah, he is making a terrible team good. The Giants.
Yeah.
That's the move that he's making. He's gone real method. He wanted the Giants to do so well that he was like, let me remove all of the pieces that weren't potentially very good and let's free up some money for you because the Giants are making moves.
Yeah. He's brought in Wan'Dale Robinson is a good receiver. I like Wan'Dale. I think 4 years, 70, 78, whatever it is.
Robinson or Dubs?
A lot. Similar. I'd say Dubs. I think
Dobbs,
but that's close. I think Dubs there. But they've brought in 3 cornerbacks, 2 linemen, backup QB, tight end, wide receiver, and defensive tackle. There's a lot of holes on that team to fill, and there's still a lot of holes to fill in the line. But I've seen a few people saying maybe they go for Jeremiah Love now and get an elite running back because there's a real need for running back there, and he's elite. I don't like that. I don't like crap teams going running back because then you get Genty at the Raiders.
Yeah.
You probably wasted a year of his contract. Well, you've definitely wasted at least a year of his contract. Or you get Bijan at the Falcons and you wasted a year of him. They're not the needle maker that you need them to be. So I wouldn't like that for them and I wouldn't like that for him. But at least they're trying. They're throwing darts out and seeing what lands for their... Who is the new head coach at the Titans? Is it?
Oh, God.
It's not Mike McDaniel, is it? Oh, Salah? It's Salah, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Robert Salah.
Yeah. Because it's New York, isn't it, over there?
Yeah.
You say that about like running backs going to pretty poor teams, but Breece Hall, he went onto the Jets and had an absolute blinder of a season. Like breakout running backs will break out.
Yeah, but he didn't move the needle for the Jets. The Jets still sucked, and he's still not been able to get a second contract. The franchise tagged him.
Yeah.
They have franchise tag him. Yeah. That was quite fun.
So he's a good player that hasn't helped that team, and they've not helped him. That's more the issue, not that bad players can't look good in a bad team. Good players can't look good in a bad team. Sorry,
It's the same with Marvin Harrison Jr. And Marvin Harrison Jr. is a good player, but we're yet to see it for a Cardinal because the Cardinals suck. So it's just the Fugazi thing. But yeah, no, like the Titans are really interesting. Their defense last year was good anyway, and then they've added the defensive pieces. It's going to be incredible. I really like it. Where do they pick in terms of the draft?
Fourth.
Fourth.
Okay.
That's far too high for Jeremiah Love. They'll probably take the defensive end or the D tackle, whatever his name is, whose name has escaped me. That guy, anyway. They'll take that guy that's really high on the draft. I don't think Jeremiah Love goes top 5. Really don't.
I'm just looking here. There are no running back needy teams until you get to the Dolphins at 11.
I don't think. Well, they're not running back needy. They've got
Lightning McQueen, haven't
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, got Acham.
Oh yeah.
They're everything else needy.
Yeah. Plus, they don't have any players left.
Yeah.
Everyone under the sun's left.
Vikings. Who's running Vikings?
And Aaron Jones has been cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's who is it? Who's the backup? He's not bad, but he's not a superstar.
The Vikings
to
are
the Vikings, by the way.
Sorry?
Kyler Murray to the Vikings makes too much sense.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it all. I think that's what's just waiting in the wings to happen. Look, I reckon that
Jordan Mason, thank you for
Jordan Mason. If the Vikings don't take him, because hear me out, Raiders, Jets, Cards, Titans, Giants, Browns, Commanders, Saints, Chiefs, Bengals, Dolphins, Cowboys, Rams, Ravens, Buccaneers, Jets, Detroit. That's 17 picks. None of them need a running back. So you get to the Vikings, which is maybe, and then it's Panthers, Cowboys, Steelers, Chargers, Eagles. No, not Eagles. Browns, Bears, Bills. Potentially the Bills.
Bears?
Not the Niners. Not the Texans.
If he falls to the Chicago,
Bears,
there's no way Ben Johnson's going to pass him up because only 1 year contract left of Swift and Mononga's a 2B. He's a 1B. But he won't fall that far. Somebody will just go, do you know what? We can make this work. We can move on. Carolina, he's better than Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, I think they're committed there. I don't think that they need to. I don't think that's a move they need to make. They're like, oh, what we need to do is get better than Chuba Hubbard. I don't think that's the thing. I guess if it's not the Bears or Bills, we're talking Broncos at 30, but I think Broncos could end up moving up to do that, although they've just re-signed J.K. Dobbins. So, I could be wrong. But then the thing is, what I'm saying is, you could get all the way through that, and the Titans could then get a running back at 35. Third pick in the second round.
I think
running backs are great and everything, but nobody needs him.
In a sensible world, that makes sense. A lot of people think he's a better prospect than Gentry was. I disagree. But he's on Daniel Jeremiah's big board as the number 2 prospect. He's that highly regarded. Yeah.
Cardinals at 3? They've got bigger problems.
Cardinals move to make if they don't like the quarterbacks.
They have re-signed John Connor. Have you seen? James Conner, sorry, not John Connor.
And did he go back in time?
Yeah, he'll play like the Terminator did at the end of the first film,
just dragging himself with one arm. Yeah,
no legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who's the other guy? Trey Benson. Yeah. There's somebody that will convince themselves that the value here is too good, even if they're set, and then their decent running back will go to the Eagles. because that's what the Eagles do.
Yeah, but they've already got.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They'll trade a 4th rounder.
They've got
Do what
Saquon and then who's your man? Tank.
Tam Bigsby.
Bigsby.
Yeah, but they'll
Yeah.
just go, it's a 5th rounder. We can get the next great thing. They'll just do
My
it
joke
because
is
they're annoying.
the Lions just like collecting running backs, which when they need a million things, they always end up with 5 quality running backs for no reason. So
Could you imagine
and then they end up with 2.
Jeremiah Love and Jameer Gibbs? Oh,
Don't.
oh,
Look, the Lions have got bigger fish to fry at the 17th pick than that, but they've heard you now. You've willed it into existence.
that'd be horrible for fantasy football purposes, but glorious to watch. We're just running 22 personnel every play. Good luck, teams.
Yeah, that is pretty rough, to be fair. Gosh, I mean, like there's been 70 plus moves according to whatever AI you pick from here, which was before today, before we even like started, which is mad. It missed a few off. So, like, what a crazy free agency. I think we finally slowed down. It's been an hour since we had the breaking Cam Lewis to the Bears move. So I think that might potentially be it, and now we sit and wait and see what happens to the likes of Kyler Murray, Juwan Jennings, and the like.
There's something else I need to talk about as well. I know we need to jump onto Chargers and Alex wanted to, but you won't see this as potentially a big deal, but it is. Drew Dahlman retiring, because that's a trend now. So Drew Dahlman was the Bears center who was released by the Falcons, and he was the big, like the number one, the Linderbaum of last year. Went to the Bears, was a Pro Bowler, excellent center, signed a massive contract for 4 years, and after 1 year has retired at 27. So they've traded for Garrett Bradbury, but that's massive because that's a year after Frank Ragnow, who was 28 when he retired for the Lions at center.
Mm-hmm.
And you worry about the lifespan. Our centers, because of the risk of concussions in that position, they get more concussions than anybody because of that constant hit. I mean, Thingy didn't miss a snap. He played every single snap last year, Drew Dahlman, and he still retired because of the abuse that their bodies take. Are they going to have the shelf life of a running back? Is that the new normal at center because of how brutal a position it is? And what does that mean for the Raiders paying Linderbaum that much money? It's a scary prospect.
I think they'll have to take a lot into account. Obviously, if you get a massive like one contract that is generational money, obviously a lot of them are stupid and they waste it. But if you're a center at this point, you go, right, even if I secure $7 million, if I invest it well and I'm not stupid, I can get out before I'm 30 and kind of like avoid all of this. Also, I think it depends on the state that you're in, because of the tax that you have to pay and things along those lines. Because I mean, one of the crazy things was like it cost Seattle players money to win the Super Bowl because they got a bonus, but then they got taxed more than what that bonus would have been because they got technically paid while they were under their contract, so they had to pay the tax on their contracts because they were in the state for 6 days or something like that. So it ended up costing like every Seahawks almost like 10 grand to actually play and win the Super Bowl. So when you're talking about all the crazy, stupid like tax things where like New York fleece them, LA fleece them, and whatnot, I think it really does depend on where you've landed, how much money you've made, and whatnot. But if I could get in and get out, like have 5 good years and have a real estate business after, like, yeah, sod it, why not? Like regular folks can get away with $10 million or sort out the rest of their lives as long as they're not stupid. It is worrying on the flip side of that. Yeah, taking a lot of hits, tush pushes and the such. Obviously, that's become a thing, which can obviously lead to a lot more difficulties and whatnot. So yeah, possibly. Credit to them. Get out. Don't feel like you have to stick around. Also, they all usually end up with weirdly good degrees in things. Like
Yeah.
you've got like doctors and scientists and all sorts, like biochemical engineers that are built like houses. That just, you know what, I'll play for 5 years and then I'll go into the Congo and try and cure something. I don't know. Like,
Yeah. Dolman's got a mechanical engineering degree. So
he's gonna be all right. He's gonna do better than like a lot of people. Like,
yeah, which is why he's smart enough to get out while his brain's still intact.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it as well. You don't want to knock all the knowledge out that you spent all that time learning.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to be intelligent and then now just knocked all the clever out of me, and I can't finish complete sentences.
Alex, you want to talk about the Chargers, mate?
I
He
would love to.
interrupted you for 20 minutes.
It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine.
Maybe-
I enjoyed talking about the Titans because they have built something great, and I really like Malik Willis, and he's the one to watch this season for growth in second-year quarterbacks. Not your
Cam Ward, you mean?
That's what I mean. That's
What
what I
year
mean.
is it?
Hey, if I were back in a time machine and said Malik Willis is one to watch, I'd eventually be right.
You would, yeah, you're absolutely there.
Eventually. Yeah, can we just talk about how the Chargers are being really scrupulous with money when they have an absolutely shed load of it?
Great use of scrupulous, by the way. Just wanted to drop that one there for you. I would call them tight-fisted.
Yeah.
Scrooge-like. They're opening their window saying, boy, what year is this? And then tossing a threepence so they can go buy a turkey. Yeah. I mean, look, you'll know better than me, but the Chargers clearly need some O-line help. And, well, your text was, hey, did anybody know that the Chargers are going to run it this season? So, please, is there a secret plan somewhere?
Yeah, it's written on Mike McCarthy's forehead. It's called "We're going to run the ball."
Yeah.
And there a lot of Chargers Twitter is really kicking off because Tyler Biadasz, I'm pronouncing that wrong. 3 years, 30 million. One of the best young centers. The second one behind Linderbaum. Absolute steal. He's already been in the facility, and everyone all over social media already loves him. You got Charlie Kolar, who is a blocking tight end. He's nothing but a blocking tight end. 3 years, 24 million. Is literally that. That's that. And then they signed the fullback from the Dolphins last year, who made so much space for Achan last year. And also there's a clip going around of him absolutely blowing up Odafe Owe when the Dolphins played the Chargers last year, where the fullback just absolutely runs over Odafe Owe, and then Achan gets a 20-yard rush for a first down. And I'm like, oh, that's exactly what's going to happen. Amari Hampton is rubbing his hands together. I made a joke to you guys there that Justin Herbert may as well just take off till January. I still fully believe that. Even though the guard that was signed was from Miami as well, and his name is Cole Strange. And famously, he went viral because Sean McVay and the Rams, Les Snead, the Rams GM, started laughing when the Patriots drafted him
in the first round.
in the first round. That's that. He's that guy that they fully started like laughing at him and going absolute crazy because he got drafted, and rightly so, because as you said and you mentioned earlier, Zion Johnson has gone to the Browns for some good money. Good for him. But Cole Strange ranked below Zion Johnson last year, according to PFF, and Zion Johnson was utter dog. He was absolutely terrible last year.
The Cleveland Browns are expected to sign former Packers Pro Bowl center Elton Jenkins. Per me, Ian Rappaport, on Pelissero, he could play guard or center for Cleveland. It's a 2-year, $24 million deal with $20 million guaranteed in a deal done by Demarius Bilbo of Clutch Sport. Clutch with a K. So more people, Green Bay.
Good pickup. And yeah, because they cut him yesterday.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, really good pickup for the Browns, because didn't they also re-signed one of their guards as well that sucked last year?
Yes.
Zion Johnson.
they picked up Zion Johnson and Titus Howard.
That's him.
Right,
that was him. Titus Howard played for all 17 games last year, and he was the lowest 10% of passing plays allowed. He sucked.
Yeah.
Lowest 10%. That's rough. That's a really bad design to be in.
I think the other thing as well that has to be said that I'm really kind of jealous of, but pleased for Chargers fans as well. You got Khalil Mack back as well.
Oh yeah. Return of the Mac. I definitely bluffed that, didn't I? In the Sing It With Me.
I thought you were joking.
No. That honestly was the first song that came to my mind. For anybody who doesn't know, I immediately went to the Backstreet Boys, obviously, and went with Mac Street's Back All Right instead of Return of the Mac.
You had one job. But
just in that, I didn't realize that Quincy Williams was going to the Browns as well. That's decent.
Yeah, he's kind of been up and down, but when he's played well, he's played really, really well. So, and the coach that he played really well under, his linebacker coach, is the new DC of the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
So expect an uplift from him. This year he should get back to form, which would be good. The other thing as well on the Chargers, going back to that Tyler Biadasz.
Yeah, no one knows how to pronounce his name. I don't even think Tyler does.
Tyler Badass. Let's just call him Tyler Badass, because
that's going to be
great.
Not
his nickname. It should be.
Yep.
He was a top half league center last year, and for 3 years, $10 million. That's good money. I liked him, and he was really, really good for Washington. So I think there's a cracking deal there, and hopefully you'll have both tackles actually healthy in LA this year, so that line should be decent. Fingers crossed.
Just need a left guard. That's all that's there. Because if Cole Strange starts, which you signed him for 2 years, $13 million, he's going to start for you, isn't he? If Cole Strange starts, you need a left guard. And yeah, Alt Slater can alternate and do whatever, but you need a left guard there. And if you are having blocking from Charlie Kolar and then the fullback that's going to be there as well, you are making some holes.
Yes, and Gadsden as well.
Yeah.
The other tight end as well. So they could do some exciting things.
Just need a actually good wide receiver now.
Whoa. You've got mine's just gone completely blank. Second year wide receiver who was really good 2024. What's it called? Not Kinnell, not Quentin Johnston, the one that was good, the young lad.
Oh, McThingy, the white guy. Yeah.
Are we on about Lad McConkey?
That's his name.
That's the one.
Good God, you two. You're the biggest Charger fans I know, the pair of you, and you can't know Lad
McConkey is the one. We forgot about Lad McConkey, but it's just Lad McConkey. He's the only one that's left, really, isn't it? But yeah, the Chargers will be all right next season. I am still waiting for Mike McCarthy's craziness, and it's not been able to come up yet.
Mike McCarthy?
It's Mike McDonald. I understand what I meant.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. I was confused for a second there.
He was like, the Steelers.
I want to see like a double act stand up between Harbour and McCarthy. Like, I want to see them have a joint press conference where each one tries to out weird the other one. Like Harbour's he's got the plinth pedestal, whatever you call it, and then like McDonald comes on and just brings a bigger one and stands up and has a larger, more kind of like thing, and then Harbour like walks off and then comes back with a even bigger like podium to like stand on. It's gonna be great.
What I'm immediately thinking of from your thing is Pirates of the Caribbean. You know where Captain Jack Sparrow and Barbossa have a telescope off?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. As soon as you said pirates, I knew where you were going. Yeah.
That's where I thought of that. Yeah. Please let.
Yeah, there's going to be some fun one-upmanship.
It's going to be crazy. I'm not sure I'm ready for it really. But the main question I wanted to ask anybody was who is the best signing? Sorry, John. Sorry, Job. Who's the best signing so far?
I like it. I like it when you go rogue. Look, it's Travis Etienne for me. I sent you both the gif of someone like breathing into a paper bag because I love the guy and he ends up on the Saints. So that is like peanut butter and chocolate for me. I love that. I love the Kenneth Walker one because it makes me actually give a damn about the Chiefs for the first time since Alex Smith left. And I've come around on the Max Crosby one. I want to see what he's going to get up to there. Pete?
I'm not going to go on trades. I'm going to go on just who got picked up in free agent frenzy. And the really boring option for me is to say Devin Bush.
It's not boring at all. That legitimately changes your entire defense.
Yeah, he's incredibly fast, and that Bears defense was so unbelievably slow last year. Any kind of pace just destroyed them. That Lions game, particularly in week 2, was horrific. They had no pace. He's really fast. He had the best grade again, or the lowest EPA allowed on passing throws. You just couldn't throw on him. He's the best pass defending linebacker in the league last year, and his cap hit this year is $1.5 million. He's basically free this year. Number 2 on that list was DeMarco Jackson, who was a Bears depth linebacker. So they've got 2 of them for less than they would have been paying Tremaine Edmonds if they'd kept him, and he's gone to the Giants. So I really like what he does for this team. And
then a non-Bears pick?
As a non-Bears pick, Reed Blankenship going to the Texans.
That's a really great shout, yeah.
I don't think we spoke Texans at all, so that's actually quite interesting.
They got David Montgomery, which is really, really nice at running back. Would be really great for them. But I think that defense was obviously elite last year, and this offseason they've gone, do you know what? Let's just go defense. They signed Reed Blankenship 3 years, $25 million. They signed Dominic Robinson 1 year for $4 million. He's a rotational edge rusher, but he will help. They got Jake Hummel, linebacker. They've retained Daniil Hunter and Sheldon Rankins and Naquan Jones and MJ Stewart. They've just gone all in on their defense and boosted their O-line.
They've put a hat on a hat here. Like they've really like it. We've said it a bunch. Depth wins out when you get to the playoffs, and people always say defense wins championships. So to have a defense that's already good and then to pile on depth and I still think their draft's intact as well. They've not sold out.
They're still fine. Season. Yeah,
and they can basically just go all offense now. The defense is sorted. They've picked up a load of good pieces. Just take a load of dart throws on offense. They've got Stroud.
They don't need running back. They don't need a QB. So you're just talking what, receiver?
Yeah, I mean they've got O-line. O-line's the main thing. Yeah. They've got a running back now. They've got Nico Collins as their number 1, so they've got a good number 1 when he's on the field.
Who's their number 2? Their number 2's legit as well.
Yeah, is it Christian? It's not Kirk, is it? Who's the Texans?
Oh gosh. It was.
It's,
I want to
it's
say the other
not
tank.
Jaden Higgins. There was the second round pick that they got last year. They got 2 second rounders last year, didn't they? It was
Tank
Jaden
Dell.
Higgins and there was somebody
Tank
else.
Dell is the guy I'm
Yeah.
thinking of.
Thank you. I was thinking Tank Dell.
But he was injured all last year, wasn't he? So
Yeah.
if he can come back. So yeah, invest in the line, pick another wide receiver, and there's loads of wide receivers in this year. Easy to get.
Why are they picking at 28? What happened there?
They're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're in the championship.
They won like 10 in a row, didn't they? After a terrible start.
Honestly, I was looking for them in like the 18, 19, and I got down to 28. I was like, wow. Both the Niners, both the Bills, both the Bears.
Yeah. It's bonkers, isn't it?
You know, the one we haven't talked about at all that I think is actually really good for this team because they're going to suck next year and they need someone that's going to be legitimately a little bit of life force. It's Tyler Algier to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Poor.
All the running backs, no quarterbacks.
They signed Gardner Minshew, Alex. We talked about this.
Yeah, but
they signed James Conner. Okay,
Gardner Minshew
James Conner and Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew doesn't matter. Tyler Algier, baller. Telling you now, absolute baller.
Pointless, though. That's the problem.
He's never my favorite stat about Tyler Algier, and I will keep saying this since I learned it. He's never ever fumbled.
That's impressive.
Never.
I didn't know that. I've not heard that one.
He's never fumbled in the NFL. That's immense. That's what you want from a running back. And every year he seems to get 1,000 yards, even though like he was behind a really great running back last year. He seems to always still get his carries, always still do his thing silently. Tyler Algier, watch this space. I tell you.
Yeah, it's a crowded room, so it's going to be horrible for fancy purposes, I think.
100%.
But it'll be good for the team. We've already mentioned it briefly on, but the actual best pickup was Tyler Linderbaum for the Raiders. It was an overpay. It was way overpaid, but it's too important for that team. That's the most influential pick of any team, I think.
Yeah. Mendoza better be following him and DMing him immediately.
Yeah. Just going full step brothers.
Yeah. Did we just become best friends? 100%. Yeah. Unless, of course, Mendoza touches Linderbaum's drum set.
Yes. And then there's going to be hell to pay.
Why are you sweaty? Well, I love that show, Cops, man. I just love
it. Favorite dinosaur on 3. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor. Yeah. And I can't believe that he's never fumbled. I was just having a look at that, and I don't know which one you two posted. The Drake May, Will Campbell.
That was me. It made me smile.
Yeah, it's I can't be asked to like copy and paste. Put it in WhatsApp and then I can download it. I can't save anything from the Google Doc for some reason. But Drake May's getting sacked. The ball goes over Will Campbell, and option A is AJ Brown with his hand up, not receiving the ball. And option B is Romeo Dobbs with his hand up, with for some reason a much bigger head than AJ Brown.
Because of his Guardian cap.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. Right, there we go. That clears that one up for me.
Oh, I've seen a lot regarding Romeo Dobbs. I've seen a lot of Spaceball memes.
Yes,
like Dark Helmet.
Yeah,
Dark Helmet. Sorry, yeah.
Would love to see it.
Really underrated movie, by the way, Spaceballs. If you haven't seen it, everybody that's watching, and go watch Spaceballs again. It still holds up.
Yeah.
One for the road. Former Dolphins kicker Jason Sanders is signing a 1-year deal with the New York Giants.
I was hoping it was like Trey Hendrickson or something. No.
Second we end this, Trey Hendrickson is getting picked up, or Kyler Murray signs for the Vikings. You know that is absolutely going to happen. We'll go back live. We need to get the TikTok login for the 5-yard rush so that we can like do some guerrilla like mobile phone, like, hi guys, yeah, we just came off the air, but that kind of thing. Yeah, there you go. Big kick of news. Just to end the show on. We hit 2 hours. There are 100 people that we did not mention, which is insane. I'm just gonna rattle some off. Nick Folk, kicker, Falcons. Austin Hooper, tight end, Falcons. Nobody cares. There's a lot of nobody cares in here. Actually, we mentioned a reasonable amount. Anyone that you want to give a quick shout out to before we call it?
Case Keenum signed with the Bears.
Yeah, he was there last year.
He's re-signed with the Bears.
Yeah,
He's a
it was emergency
re-sign,
QB
not
trade.
just- Yeah,
No, I think we've covered enough.
yeah, we have. We've done
enough.
I'm really proud of all of us, guys. We've done really well. 2 hours
Good
on
Lord's work,
free
man.
agency. Yeah, done it there.
Absolutely. Right. Well, thank you everybody for watching along. It's nice to have some actual like big news to talk about. I'm sure that as soon as we finish, something massive is going to happen, and it'll take us 6 days to get to that one. So I look forward to doing that with you all. But in the meantime, cool outro. Don't mind me, I'm just doing my brain training for the day. It's a 2009 throwback, isn't it? Yeah, love it.